Since the beginning of time, it has been seen and noted that the genders are not treated the same, and one is seemingly not as great as the other. Women and men have fought each other for basic rights, and the fight has been full of victories and losses for both sides. Men and women have received different treatment based on their sex, and social standards and physical qualities determine how you are treated by the rest of humanity. Our human experience is tainted by the way we are raised or the way society shapes us, nature versus nurture. There's not a person on earth who has not been touched in some way by discrimination or segregation of someone who has been identified as superior to them. There's no excuse for being ignorant of this topic simply because of the incredibly universal knowledge of this topic. With ignorance, however, is bliss, and with knowledge is comfort. The more that people can recognize their mistakes and downfalls when interacting with the opposite sex, the less that will occur. The solution to this problem is to simply disregard race and gender and the view of personality, and view the personality and the actions of the person instead of the social standards that we try to fit that person into. We need to educate and help people recognize the discrimination that they may be unaware of that they are imposing on others. Men and women are treated differently, and this needs to be rectified. Although I am aware that the treatment can never be the same, and there are certain areas in life where men and women need different types of assistance, there's far too much in the way of unhealthy discrimination. Firstly, female body types are under constant scrutiny. Articles like Women's Ideal Body Types throughout history from places like BuzzFeed dive into the body types that men found most attractive from ancient Egyptians in the year 1292 BC to today. Articles like this are paired on BuzzFeed with articles that tell men the best ways to pick up women. This type of journalism does not promote men or women to be confident or feel great about themselves. An article called Why Do We Find Muscular Women Perplexing from The Conversation says that professional tennis player sisters Serena and Venus Williams, who were currently in Australia at the time of the article for the summer tennis season, are good examples of female athletes who have received a lot of negative attention for their thicker arms and heavier set muscular bodies. Muscles have translated to masculinity in the past. A muscular woman has been said to challenge the typical women, and some men are intimidated by this challenge. Strong women force men to be stronger. The Conversation says that women are charged as having either too much testosterone or too little femininity, and they are said to be less feminine or perfect than smaller women. Allure magazine led me to the scholarly article entitled The Relationship of Female Physical Attraction to Body Fat. The article shares that men prefer women who have a body fat percentage of 19% or lower. Oxygen magazine shares that professional athletes maintain a body fat percentage of 15 to 20, and the average woman has a body fat percentage of 25 to 30. The issue here is that men are giving women too many mixed signals in their appreciation of the body types. Men with low body fat percentages will reveal more muscle and tone. Women with high body fat cover their muscles. But men have said that muscular women are intimidating. The Victoria's Secret campaign, called Love My Body, shows women that are all thin. That's this campaign right here. These women embody the perfect model type. An identical campaign from Dove shows women of all sizes and races that embody real beauty and not the beauty that is only attainable by certain body types. Here's the campaign from Dove. Here's the campaign from Victoria's Secret. Another dispute in the lives of women is the way that they're asked to dress and present themselves. FreeTheNipple.com is a website that helps to empower women and tell them that they do not deserve to be silenced or treated differently from men because of their bodies. Their mission statement is, "We believe that human beings should all be treated equally. We are a global movement of equality, empowerment, and freedom. We are a movement of change." And they have been changing the world. They've changed the lives of many women who felt silenced by their peers in society, that now see their worth, and that they are more than just an object for men. Women are expected to wear makeup and dress professionally every day, when men may not be held to such high a standard of dress, and bosses may be more lax about the way that men present themselves. Women are often not allowed to take a day off from being the stereotypical woman because of their responsibilities at home and at work. They are expected to raise a family, and they are expected to work all day. The discrimination is evident in every aspect of the media. In television shows, men are allowed to be shirtless on a beach, but if a woman's nipples are seen, they are censored and for their inappropriate nature. Images on websites consistently have to censor women's breasts, but are allowed to have males naked on their front pages. An article called Sex Segregation in the Blue-Collar Occupations, Women's Choices or Unremedied Discrimination, an article by Barbara Bergman, says that many people blame women for the lack of female in blue-collar jobs and the low payment for the women to get those jobs, but many fail to see the other side. Bergman says that many people overlook the fact that it may be the managers and bosses of the companies that may be overlooking the female applications they receive simply because of their gender. Furthermore, society needs to discuss nature versus nurture. When it comes to female and male behavior, The Guardian says that parents have been getting tired of the gender-segregated toys for their small children. Boys and girls are taught segregation and discrimination at a very young age because of the different toys that they are expected to play with and enjoy. Dolls teach kids sympathy, The Guardian says. It teaches children to take care of someone else even if they know that person is not physically alive. Many children handle dolls with cares, and they treat them in the way that they see their parents treating others or their younger siblings. Boys' toys are often centered around war and violence, and they teach children that they have limits. They dislike being hit by swords, so they know how to treat others when they have the sword or toy guns in their hands. However, another study done by the University of London says that boys and girls chose the toys that were geared towards their sex when they were put in a survey. Stereotypical toy preferences were found for boys and girls in each of the age groups that were surveyed, demonstrating that sex differences in toy preference appear early in development. However, later in that article, they also stated that both boys and girls showed a trend for an increasing preference with age for toys stereotyped towards boys. That means that little boys and little girls chose the boy-centered toys at the same age. The stereotypes are not always falsely accused, but it is not accurate in all cases. Here is an example of the toys that the children were presented with. The boys and the girls were both presented with these toys, and more likely than not, they both chose this. When little boys are given military men and told to be strong leaders, small girls are given Barbies and are told to chase a body type and style that is not appealing to all women or even attainable. The segregation between men and women and the differences in the way that they are treated begins in infancy. Little boys and girls choosing from toys may not always pick the toy that they are expected to, yet parents sometimes push their child towards the seemingly correct toy for that child's gender. This flaw in our society is not the only thing that causes a different treatment between men and women. Body types for women are under scrutiny, and it is a topic that everyone has been impacted by. Women lose confidence when they read articles that tell them the body types that men are most attracted to is the body type that they don't have. The tragedy lies not only in articles like this, but also in the fact that women read these articles for validation in their bodies. Women are expected to dress up and look beautiful in front of men because women are allowed to wear makeup and have more clothing options. But for some women, dressing up and painting a face every morning is exhausting and unnecessary. But they're often viewed as lazy if they don't. Men and women have received different treatment based on their sex. In conclusion, social standards and physical qualities determine how you are treated by the rest of humanity. Our human experience is tainted by the way we are raised and the way society shapes us.